So we are going to be learning about another new note today, and that would be the F hashtag. Just kidding. It's really called F sharp in music. So it's not a hashtag, it's not a number sign, it's not even the pound sign that we used to call it long ago. It's a sharp sign. So what does that mean? Why do we care about a sharp? Well, we know that a note in the first space, let me get in here a little bit. A note that's in the first space of the staff is always F, right? Because we know about F face in the space, F-A-C-E. But when we add the little hashtag to it and call it a sharp, what we're saying is that the pitch is going to raise just a teeny little bit from F to F sharp, which is a pitch that's in between F and G. So it's not going to be high enough to be on the line G, but it's not low enough to just be a normal F, which we would call F natural. So it's something in the middle. Now, how do we play it? Do you ask? Did not mean to go out that far. There we go. This is good. So we know that the thumb hole plus the first finger on our left hand makes the note B. We know if we add a second finger, we have A. We know if we add a third finger, we have G. If we add 4 and 5, we have E. And if we add a sixth finger, we have D. Well, where would F sharp be? Because F sharp is higher than E, lower than G. So, how do you play it? Well, what we do is we take away the fourth finger. And now we use fingers 1, 2, 3 in our left hand, and then 2 fingers, or 5 and 6, in our right hand on the bottom, and it will sound like this. So here's regular E. Here's what happens when I play D. Here's what happens when I take away my fourth finger that I would normally have down and play F sharp. Different sound, right? So now I'm going to play E, then F sharp, then G. Now I'm just going to play F sharp to G. Right? This is a really tricky pitch because you have to be able to move from that E, which is usually 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, right? 4 and 5. But then in order to play F sharp, you have to get rid of 4, add 6, and that will give you the note. So you have to think it through. So now I'm looking at, for example, example 2 here, F sharp below. Okay, so you'll see it goes from G to F sharp to G, then G, F sharp, G, A to F sharp, so there's a little skip there to be wary of, and then G, F sharp, G again. Always start first playing, thinking through the rhythm or clapping the rhythm out. Then practice the fingers without actually playing. Then you can play the pitches. So I'm going to just play the pitches for you so you can hear what it sounds like. So here's exercise number 2. I'm going to take it really nice and slow for you. Ready? And here we go. So there you have it. That A to F sharp is going to be really tricky because you cannot put your first finger down on your right hand like you would for E or D. Then you see that there's a word here that we have very rarely used before. I'm going to use red to circle it. Oh, that's a line. Sorry, everybody. My mistake. Let's undo that and go back and use pen. I'll use purple. This word here says key signature. Now we've talked about time signature before. Time signature is 4/4. It tells us how many beats. Key signature tells us what kind of pitches we have. And if you look again, and I'll erase it so I can show you a little bit better here. If you look again on exercise number 3, we see something different at the before the time signature, the 4/4, than what we see in exercises 1 and 2. Select. And I'll show you what that is. Get another pen out and highlight it in green. that little guy is on line F, right, the sharp, and since it's on the line that we know is F because of every good boy does fine on the lines, we know that we have to play every F that we see as an F sharp. That's all it is. It's saying anything that is an F is now going to be raised a little bit. It's going to be a little teeny bit higher than it used to be. Anything on this line that is F is now going to be F sharp. So when you play through this F is going to be sharped, this F is going to be sharp, and this F is going to be sharp, which is good because we don't know how to play F natural yet. I would go through these and just really think about practicing and looking at that sharp. Key signature is kind of sometimes really tough for us to really grasp, so don't hesitate to come talk to me if you need a little help with it. Come on in. Sorry.
The other one, we weren't sure where we were going.